Today is Thursday. I'm LaShonda Guy, producer of the 9 a.m. show here at 25 News. If you missed the show this morning, no worries. I've got your news highlights right here. Now, if I seem unfamiliar to you, it's because I'm new to both the station and the area. Since we're going to be spending our mornings together, I'd like to start today's show off by sharing a little bit about myself and what you can expect to see here on the 9 a.m. recap. I'm passionate about art, history, advocacy, and education, and most of all, I love celebrating the stories that uplift us. Every weekday morning at 10:30 a.m., we're recapping the good news only. The inspiring moments, the feel good headlines, and the local wins that bring a little bit more light to your day. And I want to hear from you too. If something good is happening in your world, a personal victory, a community success, a birthday, or just something that made you smile, email me at news25@week.com and put Hey Shauna in the subject line so I know it's for me. I love to share your good news right here on the show. So today, let's start something good. So Peoria students have talked to us about what they feel about possibly having metal detectors in their schools. So Peoria Public School students are split on whether metal detectors would help. 18-year-old Malik Ford, a senior at Richwoods High, says he sometimes feels safe but believes more security, including detectors, is needed. And 10th grader Kamora Cannon says, or isn't convinced, that detectors would work. She thinks students would sneak items in anyway. Some parents agreed to detectors, they agreed detectors are necessary, saying they would prevent knives or other banned items from getting inside, and several other parents said they'd support adding detectors at school entrances. And while schools talk safety, the city is adding more color and connection to the city. Let me pull that up for you. So bright new artwork now decorates Peoria's light poles and traffic boxes. 21 local creators are part of the city's new beautification project. Photographer Natalie Jackson is one of them. She layers paint and texture into her pieces. Two of her works tell stories of Black life, past and present, and one piece, Acknowledgement, honors the birthplace of jazz and African American art as a universal language. Natalie says public art connects people at the street level, and she hopes her work sparks joy and helps people see themselves in their culture reflected in her work. I love the images of the little girls' barrettes. I think that's something so many of us have seen in real life that is actually art, and this art takes familiar moments and is helping us feel it in a way. And I think that's what art is supposed to do. And from art that inspires to neighbors that save lives. So there was a little boy caught in a burning house in New Jersey, and thanks to some help from the community, he's now alive, or he is still alive. He's an 8-year-old boy trapped upstairs during a house fire on Monday morning. With no way out, he jumped from a window right into the waiting arms of police officers and one of his neighbors. Officers DeWitt Bacon, John Walsh, and along with neighbor Joseph Dunbar, held their arms out to save the boy. Bacon says he was just hoping the boy trusted him enough to jump, knowing that either choice carried risk. Walsh added that kids need to know that they should trust officers during times like this. And so the boy was home while his mother worked, and he was home alone while his mother worked, and two people downstairs were able to evacuate safely. The boy was taken to the hospital and is doing just fine. So heroes come in many forms. This next story is about a crossing guard in Virginia. So crossing guards play a big role in student safety. And in Virginia, this one lady who's celebrating her 40th anniversary as a crossing guard is making a difference. Sharon Diane Hawkins works the crosswalk at Salem Church Elementary in Chesterfield County. She greets every student and parent with a smile and a hello, and she calls the kids her children, watching them grow from kindergarten to fifth grade actually. Beyond traffic duty, she makes sure students feel safe, makes sure they have gloves, school supplies, and even goodie bags. Just before her 40th anniversary, students surprised her with a banner reading, "Thank you, Miss Hawkins, our crossing guardian angel." And they also gave her a bag of handmade letters from them all. Sharon says she'll keep going as long as she feels she has another year in her, but that she'll walk away with no regrets when the time comes. I had a crossing guard like her that reminds me of her when I was in elementary school, and she stayed in my life to this day. Crossing guards are very important. People in community is very important in general. So whether it's a safety debate, a splash of color in our streets, a life saved in a moment of trust, or a crossing guard who treats every kid like her own, these are all stories that remind us how strong, creative, and connected our communities can be. So that is a wrap for me today, everybody. Now I want to hear from you. Go to news25 at week.com to share your thoughts. And remember to put Hey Shauna, that's SHAUNA, in the subject line so I know it's for me. And in the meantime, be sure to check out the Midday Newscast and meet me back here tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. I'm LaShauna Guy for 25 News. Have a good morning.